Our verse today is from the prophet Hosea chapter 14 verse 3. Assyria shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses. We will say no more, our God, to the work of our hands. In you the orphan finds mercy. The book of Hosea is one of the earliest prophetic books of the Old Testament. It was addressed to the people of Israel for their failure to be faithful to God and obedient in the covenant relationship that established them as a people of God. Our verse addresses three aspects of the failure of God's people. First, Assyria will not save us. Through this, the prophet warns them against a lack of faith in God and their reliance on the kingdom of Assyria for protection. Assyria was a world power, so the kings of Israel preferred to maintain alliance with them and to pay tribute to protect Israel. This is a revolt against their covenant relationship with their God. In this international romance with Assyria, they hoped for an advantage, but it brought them disaster because it led them away from their trust in their God to begin to trust other nations. Second, we will not ride upon horses. This charges against relying on military strength, as the horse symbolizes warfare. The prophet calls them to give up military machinery that they falsely believed would guarantee their security. It is a reminder that strength does not come from the army. Remember Pharaoh, who had a strong army, and they pursued Israel through the Red Sea, but Pharaoh and his army plunged into the sea, while Israel walked through dry ground. Exodus 14:15-31. As the psalmist says, the war horse is a vain hope for victory. Despite its power, it cannot save. Psalm 33 verse 17. Strength and victory come from the Lord. Lastly, we will say no more, our God, to the work of our hands. This one is a charge against idolatry, which was a significant sin of Israel against God. The prophet calls them to give up the worship of objects made by human hands, which falsely promised them a good life, but instead led them away from God, the source of life. So Hosea's message is that nations, military might, and idols cannot save us. Only God can save us. The verse ends with an appeal to the mercy of God, who alone can save us. So the prophet invites us in Hosea 14 verse 1 saying, return to the Lord your God. This return to God is a central call of Hosea, and we hear it also in chapter 3 verse 1 and 6 verse 1. This is what the Lenten season invites us to do, to return to the Lord our God, for we have stumbled because of our iniquities. Hosea 14 verse 1. To remember where we were before we fell off, and to trace our steps back to our merciful Father. The search for security has led many people astray. Some have surrendered themselves to kings, godfathers, and nations, others to armies by way of secret courts, and some have given themselves to idol worship. All these are in a bid to have protection. Some people have mortgaged their families and the future of their children to occult and demonic powers, while others constantly sacrifice their family members for rituals. Dear friends, Satan and his agents cannot give you anything you will not pay for, because he does not want your happiness and your well-being. Let us return to God. He will restore what has been destroyed and what we have lost. As you return to the Lord, may God heal your brokenness and restore your lost hope. Amen. God bless you. Have a nice day.